Robo, 4-2 win over the Greenville Road Warriors, and a little bit of a slow start, but you guys really got it going.
Yeah, it was an extremely slow start, and I thought, to Greenville's credit, they came out and really dictated the first bit of that period, and really carried the pace there through the first. And so Louis Domingue had to be absolutely enormous for us, and then it was a great team effort. I thought Louis had to be unbelievable in the first period, and then I thought the guys really started to take a lot of pressure off of him as the second and the third. And by the time that game had graduated all the way to the end, I thought we had started to really control the pace of it and made Louis' job a little bit easier.
Overall, what things did you see from Louis? What'd you like? And I mean, given the circumstances, his first full day with the team, you have to be pretty impressed with that.
It's a little early to start jumping all the way across, but he was solid in all aspects. And his lateral movement was excellent. His reads from as far as being at the top of his crease or as far as being back in his net seemed to be bang on. Negotiated the traffic perfectly at times, and he was patient and above all things, I think is the best asset that he showed tonight, and the most unique thing about his game is his ability to play that puck. And that was a nice, very nice surprise for us to see, and it'll be a lot of fun to work with him in that avenue this year.
Guys gave up 17 shots in the first. Midway through second, they were at 21, and the game with 28-29. I mean, completely limited their chances offensively late in that game.
Yeah, and Greenville, we'll talk about it again. We alluded to it, but they're a very strong forechecking club, and they came out swinging and did their job very well. And so that's the reason they had those 17 shots. As the game progressed, I thought our D really started to control, and they became more and more comfortable with the play, with our breakout schemes and our line rush options in terms of our forwards getting to skate, downhill, north-south type game, instead of having to stop with them being able to stall us in our own end. And so, I thought that was the formula for the game, and our forwards had a little bit more energy because we were breaking out a little bit more efficiently as the game graduated on there.
All the goal scorers looked outstanding tonight. Dallas Jackson, the shot from the point, he was active. Doug Jones with 2 goals. And then Cale Kardashian was playing like a man possessed. Talk about those 3.
Yeah, I think, Jacko, he's obviously a stalwart for us last year in the second half of the season, and we're expecting huge things from him. And he had some times tonight where he was a little overzealous, and, that first goal against was a turnover on his accord. But if all Dallas does is it's all heart with him. So if he makes a mistake, we're absolutely willing to work through it because it's all about passion. All he's trying to do is do the best thing for the team, and he's just trying to win hockey games. And so, as the game went on, he started to control. He settled in. We're looking at him at run that power play and absolutely hammer down those shots from the point. And that was a perfect shot, just about 8 inches off the ice and right over the goalie's pad with a great screen there from Christian Wallet. Jonesy is a hockey player through and through. I thought he and Casey Zabatel had some really nice chemistry there, working the cycle low, finding each other in the high slot, reading off each other. And again, Christian Wallet was out there with those guys a lot, and I thought he played pretty well. And Cale, he showed some offensive flair. There's no doubt. We got to work on some detail to his game. But as far as him going in and finding soft areas of the ice and open areas of the ice and being able to shoot and snap that puck off, there's few guys in the league that have that kind of release as he does. So there's some good pieces. There's a lot of competition here to make this club, and that the guys did a lot to be able to make our jobs difficult.
Anyone else stand out to you?
There was everybody I thought displayed what they do. I thought there was a lot. You usually don't win games in this league unless everybody shows up to play, and a lot of guys displayed their strengths, and so it's gonna be tough for us to make decisions here coming on Sunday and Monday.
Greg Zupco getting in there late. That was a pretty awesome moment, was it not?
Yeah, it was. I was pretty excited when that empty netter went in, so that Zuby could get his shot there. And you should have seen his face when we were banging on the glass and trying to get him ready, trying to get his attention, and it was like a deer in the headlights. And so that was special, and that's what hockey's all about right there. I think being able to to give that to him, and that gift, it was a guy who truly valued it, and I hope our guys take that lesson too. going forward, about how much that guy loves the game. And it's something that's why the game's great, is because you can do things like that for guys. Our emergency backup is a great guy. He helps us out all the time with being for practices when goalies get called up or injured, and so being able to see him in the game. And he negotiated that power play shot pretty nicely, huh?
I thought so. We'll give him credit for his save for that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it went off his skate blade, and so he made the one save, and then they buried one on him. But that was really cool.
You mentioned lessons. Last question. Where are some other maybe lessons you take, things you're going to address with the guys maybe tomorrow prior to the Sunday preseason game?
Well, kind of system-wise, our line rush against reads. Our tracking reads and how we absorb their line rush, and that had some work. We got to work through that, and that's a confusing thing, especially in our division. We got some high octane teams that like to attack on the line rush, so we got to make sure we shore that up. And that's I thought we got a lot better as the game progressed as far as D zone coverage, and so we'll do a little bit of shop and compare in terms of our video. And then we'll make sure that we get into that area, and I think last but least, the lesson we got to take from this was that it was a team win. Louis really got us going in that first period, and that's what has to happen. Is you got to have guys who, if somebody else is struggling, somebody else has to pick up for the rest of the guys, and then in turn, as the game progresses, we're gonna have to pick up the slack, and where everybody's gonna have to start picking up some loose ends. And I thought that was a very nice lesson for us to learn early on in the season, and hopefully that we have that same type of team that we did last year that just finds a way when things are a little bit trying, or things aren't going perfect for us. We have somebody step up and kind of swing the tide, and then we as a group we get stronger and stronger as the game goes on.
I lied last. One more question, because I have to mention this: the physicality of that game for a preseason game. And this can be a heck of a rivalry all season long. But did that surprise you at all?
No, with the way that Greenville plays and the way that we run our club. And the level of player that's in camp this year. I mean, you look at on a normal year, those would be two pretty good teams right there for the ECHL, right there in camp. And now that's without guys getting really assigned down, and so that'll continue. And absolutely, that's a very good club down there in Greenville, as is the rest of our division. I mean, it's a loaded division this year, as it was last year, and so it's great for our guys. Every night's a challenge, and we got to be up to it. It's great for the coaches. We have to be ready to have a great game plan every night, and if we're not prepared, our guys aren't prepared, and we're going to lose that night. So it keeps you on your toes, no doubt.